Can you?
What's happening, guys, and welcome back to the Riot. Today, I'm going to be talking about Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, which I believe is the seventh installment of the Mission Impossible franchise. I had a chance to go watch this movie about 2 weeks ago at a pre-screening on the Paramount lot, and I got to be honest with you guys, man. Going into it, I wasn't that enthused, only because I haven't seen the previous two Mission Impossible movies, which I believe were Rogue Nation and Fallout. So I felt like going into it, like I didn't know what happened in the other movies, and I'm probably not going to enjoy this one as much. I was wrong. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I had a great time, and I got to tell you, it's not easy to keep a franchise interesting, especially well into the seventh film. You know what I mean? Like that's very hard to do. And to their credit, man, the creative team behind this series, they find new ways every time to kind of blow away their audience, and they don't fail. They don't fail in this movie. And spearheading that creative team obviously is Tom Cruise, who, I don't know, for some reason or another, Hollywood just finds a way to dump on him. Like for he Tom Cruise gets a lot of shit, especially from, like, let's just say, the left leaning crowd. And I'm not even sure why, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's his personal life. Maybe a lot has to do with his religion, which we all know is Scientology. For whatever reason, these people find reasons to not like him, right? And therefore shit on his movies, even though they're thoroughly entertaining. For me personally, I think this ranks up there with the other four movies I've seen. I still think the first Mission Impossible is probably the best one, just because it's the original. But I really think I think this movie really stands out, right? And just to kind of give you a little background on the movie, uh, or just the premise of the film, is the villain in this film is AI. So it's kind of topical, right? AI is the villain, and this sentient machine who's set on obviously destroying the world. This sentient machine has an acolyte or a disciple in the form of Esau Morales, who is just an amazing actor. And the cool thing about Esau Morales' character Gabriel is that he does have a background with Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise's character, Ethan Hunt. And so they have a background. There's a history between them. And the movie definitely plays into that. And I I was just along for the ride, man. I really just enjoyed the ride. And joining Tom Cruise uh in this film, as far as the female leads go, was Haley Atwell, who, oh, she is amazing. Haley Atwell is amazing in this movie. Not only is she gorgeous, man, but she just kind of steals like almost every scene she's in, right? She is she plays a thief, right? And a thief who kind of messes up Tom Cruise's plans a lot in this film. And what's funny is, it, some people might make the comparison to Phoebe Waller-Bridges' character in Indiana Jones, the latest Indiana Jones movie. The funny thing about those comparisons, though, is that Haley Atwell is so much better as that character than Phoebe Waller-Bridges in Indiana Jones, and it's blatantly obvious. But that's neither here nor there. It's just funny because you will make that comparison when you're watching the film. But anyway, he's joined by Haley Atwell. He's also joined by Mission Impossible regulars, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, and I guess Rebecca Ferguson became a regular in the last couple of films. So yeah, Rebecca Ferguson is also in it and also gorgeous. I mean, this movie does not lack gorgeous women. Okay, I mean, you have Haley Atwell, you have Rebecca Ferguson, you have Vanessa Kirby, you have Palm Clementieff, who plays Mantis in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And all of these women are besides being gorgeous, they are intelligent. They are, dangerous. They are, most importantly, they're believable, right? Like there's a fight scene between uh Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise's character, and Palm, right? Who plays an assassin in the film, who works for Gabriel. And there's a fight scene where they fight, and as skilled as she is, going against a man who's equally skilled, she lost the fight, right? That's believable. That's believable. Just because there is a physical size difference, right? A lot of movies don't like to do that, right? If a woman's fighting a guy, she always has to win. And it's like, no, like they make the fights, and just a lot of things that are unbelievable in this film are there, but I say there is a lot of things that are very grounded in this movie that I love. And look, man, the movie's not perfect. It's not perfect. I number one, it's too long, right? Like it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. And I'm just tired of movies like with a runtime of over 2.5 hours. I'm sick of movies with a runtime of over 2 hours, right? Like I just don't understand it. I don't understand why every movie has to be that long. You know what I mean? I will say this though, the time flies, right? Like it doesn't feel like 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is important because I've seen 90-minute films that felt like 3 fucking hours, right? So at least that, at least it doesn't feel like it, right? Another thing I'll say about the film is that it is very tropey, right? It's very action and spy thriller tropey, but it's also a Mission Impossible film, so of course it's going to be tropey. You know what I mean? The movie has its faults. I'm not going to say it's a perfect film. What I am going to say is that it's an entertaining film. And I'm sorry, man, but right now, that's all we can ask for out of Hollywood. That's all we can ask for, man. Because I'm not even going to get into 2022. If we just look at the movies that come out this year, 2023 alone, 90% of them have been shite. You know what I mean? Like 90% of them have been fucking awful. And, you know, outside of a few gems, right? Like John Wick, the Super Mario movie, right? You have hell, even Fast and Furious was at least entertaining. You know, I mean, there's just been some horrible fucking movies. And so it's just so a movie that does give you that, give you the entertainment factor, is enough to go watch the film, to go support the film. And speaking frankly, I think this is probably going to be one of the biggest films of the year. I think Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is going to be is if not number one, it's going to be very close to it. Like I think the only movie that might beat it box office wise is maybe Super Mario Brothers. But I think it's going to do very well. And I mean, maybe Dune, but I don't see Dune bringing in those kind of numbers, even though I think Dune's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see it. But I think Mission Impossible might be one of the biggest films of the year, and rightfully so, rightfully so, man. And look, look, I'm not saying just completely take my word on this, right? I'm saying go see it for yourself. See it for yourself and see if I'm bullshitting you, right? My thing is watch other film reviews, right? Watch other film reviews, and more specifically, watch those reviews and watch how the person talking, watch how their face changes, right? When they talk about Tom Cruise. I think there is a big bias against Tom Cruise, and because he doesn't virtual signal, right? Because he's not on that PC bullshit, right? He's not on that woke shit. He just makes movies to entertain. A lot of people don't like that. And then what's really funny about that, though, is if you look at Mission Impossible, it's very diverse. It's a very diverse cast, right? The thing is, you don't notice it because they don't call attention to the fact that there's Black, Asian, Latino actors in the film. They don't call attention to it because they don't need to, because the characters are strong enough to stand on their fucking own. That you don't have to be reminded, oh, yeah, I'm looking at a Black character, I'm looking at an Asian character, right? So maybe that's why Hollywood doesn't like him. Maybe that's why the left leaning crowd doesn't like him, because for them, it's all about that shit. But look, I digress, right? Let's get back to the film. It's a good film. It's fun. You're going to enjoy it. I say go watch it. It's worth spending your 20 bucks for, or whatever the ticket prices are now. It's worth it because you will be entertained and you will have a good time. I say bring friends, bring a date. They will all have a good time watching this film. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. I want to keep it a little short. I love this movie. I am going to see it again for sure because I feel like there was a lot that I probably missed that I didn't take in the first time I saw it. So I'm definitely going to watch it again. But go see for yourself. And if I'm wrong, then hey, you know what? First time for everything. Kidding. Anyway, guys, love you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter under the Verbal Riot Show. And I'll talk to you guys soon.